Hello, and welcome back to another Our Stuff with Gambit. Um, I have a mess today here. Sorry, my bad. Shouldn't be here. Anyways, this is episode number 12. Number 12. Wow. Of Our Stuff with Gambit. I try to do something different every week. These past few weeks, I've been doing comic book stuff a lot. Um, I thought I was going to do something different today, and I don't know why I started saying that because I'm really not going to do anything different. So what I'm going to do is instead of a comic book page or a comic book character, I'm going to draw one of my favorite characters from when I was growing up. The character's name is Messenger Z, or here in the states it was known as Transfer C, and here it had a very short run. It didn't last long, so it never became that popular here in the states. But in Latin America and obviously Japan. Well, I shouldn't say obviously. I didn't say where the character is from yet. So anyway, in Latin America, the character was very big during the early '80s. Although the character is a little bit older than that. The character was created by Go Nagai. It's a manga. I forgot what's the name. I should look it up. Shonen Jump, I think it was called weekly serialized manga back in the 70s, 72 to 70 something, 74, I think it was. Let me just look it up. Okay, it's easier that way. Yeah, 73 to 74. And then it was adapted. So when I watched this as a kid, it was already old. It was already old. Wow. Anyway, so during the 80s, it was really popular growing up for me and some of my friends. And seeing as how these past few weeks have been a little bit stressful and difficult, I wanted to do something today that was, I don't know, something that nostalgic is the word. So I'm going to do that now. Let me connect my iPad here so you guys can see it. And you will see. I already have a small thumbnail of what I'm be drawing today. There you say, look at that. Now you can see my face too. This is nice. All right. So this is the character. Uh, Sorry, I needed to answer this real quick. I was gonna grab the phone to show you something and I forgot what it was. Don't matter. Here I am. This is the. Let me show you the sketch of the character that I have, and I cannot use the mouse with the iPad. This is a really rough sketch. I'm gonna get a reference picture here that I already have set up so that you guys can see it. This would be the character. This is not the original version. This is like the redesigned version of a few years back. I believe this is from the series Impact. Anyway, now I'm talking too much, and you're not here to hear me talk. You're here to see me drawing. So, but I wanted to show you the character. One of the coolest things that this character has is that the pilot, it's inside a hovercraft inside his head. That red thing that you see on top of his eyes and where the forehead should be, that's the pilot. And I believe this is the first giant robot from Japan that has a pilot inside of it. I might be mistaken, but this before this, I think it was Tetsujin 28, which I remember it as Iron Man 28, but it was controlled by a kid with a remote controller, not from the inside. Anyway, let me make this a little bit smaller because this is not what we're here to see. One of the things I remember about this character is that, man, he would always get his ass handed to him. He would always get his ass kicked, no matter how hard he tried, and he tried, he tried, and there's a reason, the pilot was inexperienced. He was just a kid, and all of that, and he would get his ass handed to him, and almost every episode he would be beaten. And the funny thing is that inside, like the robot would take the damage, and the pilot would be the one who would be bleeding and getting bruised as if it was him getting the punches. Later on in the Massen Kaiser series, they explain that as he's being connected to the whole thing, and that's why he feels the blows and stuff. Anyway, one of the villains from this series, it's called Baron Ashler, and it was a half male, half female character. It was really interesting character, and looking back now, it's like pretty ballsy. Well, wasn't, it's a different time. Anyway, we're not here for that. We're here to draw. So, that's why the reason I have him missing a hand, uh, it's because he's always, like I said at the beginning, he's always getting his ass kicked. And I'm gonna look for another picture, another reference picture, because although I do like this redesign from that series, it's I don't like it that much. All right. Oh shit! I have comments already. Oh, Red Hammer. Batman. Hello. I'm throwing a quick cell jack. You know what? Kevin, that would have that would- that gives me an idea. That gives you an idea for another episode. So thank you. Warhammer, a Warjack from War Machine. Warhammer Creeks. It's just that it's a similar game. All right. So this is it's this is, I think, I would say, a pretty easy character to draw. He's very simple. He's mostly all cylinders and circles and bubbles, and so this should be. Let me not say that. Let me not say that, but I'm gonna say it anyway. This should be a walk in the park, right? Put like some rubber here and some rubber there. I'm gonna put some music. You won't be able to listen to it, so you might be envious when I start dancing and singing. But sorry. Let me see. Okay, this is my favorite playlist. Start with this and lower that volume because that's really loud, Gambit. You're gonna blow your ears out. Are you ready? All right now. Oh, I was gonna look for that picture. I just keep wasting time as if you guys were here to see my face and not what I'm drawing. Uh, Let me get a. Oh my god. All right. Okay, I have another picture here that I can use. So, like I was saying, one of the things that I remember about this character is that he's always getting his ass kicked, by the other giant robots that come to disrupt the peace of the citizens, the peace and freedom of the citizens. So, like I said, this should be a walk in the park because it's mostly like cylinders and stuff like that. So it should be easy. He has this thing that he can. It's called rocket punch, and he can throw his punch from his forearm out. Wait, where's the camera? That's not it. This is not it either. This is it. From here out, and It's pretty cool. He throws that punch and the punch then comes back to him. I'm pretty sure you've seen it a million times. If you like to watch anime, I haven't watched any anime in a while. I should fix that. And the last thing I saw, I think it was the the sequel movie that was released in 2018. It was called Messenger C Infinity, and it's a sequel that takes place. I believe it's 10 years or 15 years, something like that, after the second series that was called Great Messenger, which is the same concept, but it's a different redesign. It's a different design of the character. His head, instead of being square like this, it was more like this, right? It was also a pilot here, but it was a jet that would come in like this, if I remember correctly. I should look that up. But that's not the one we're here to draw. We're here to draw the one that this one. This is the one that I like. Kind of thirsty right now. I'm out of water. Oh no. He has these yellow things on where his ears should be. I'm doing exactly what I tell my apprentices not to do when they're drawing, to zoom in into the ah, do as I say, not as I do. If you're watching, they usually don't, so we're good. They won't see me doing that, which I tell them not to do. So you see, this thing is very angular, very square. The face is very square, although his body is very round. I think that's done on purpose. That's a design choice, not. I don't think that happened by serendipity. Is that the word, serendipity? Like, wow, look at that. Do, 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 do. The man in the back said, "Everyone attack," and it turns into a barroom blitz. Mhm. Let me take the other sketch out so I can have it behind. Reminds you of Mega Man for a second there. I have Batman watching. That's badass. Just a reminder that you can, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you like what you're seeing. There's 11 other episodes before these. Hopefully, there will be a few more episodes, 11 more after this one. Uh, I am going to take a break in a few weeks because I am going to Puerto Rico for the Puerto Rico Comic Con. So if you're in Puerto Rico and you go to the Comic Con, stop by my table. I don't right now don't know which one is my table number, but as soon as I get it, as I have it, I got an email today, so I should have it already there. If I don't have it already and I just haven't checked my email in a while, I've been a little bit stressed and overwhelmed lately, and being concentrated in finishing the commissions and designs for my tattoos, and to keep myself focused on something and not lose my shit over things that I can control. This past 2 days, I did something though to work with that, to try to get my mental health in some sort of balance. It's been chaos, too much chaos lately, and that takes a toll. And I noticed that I haven't been taking care of myself as I should. So I fix myself up, And yesterday, this is a real big brush. Why do I have that brush so big? This one. And yesterday I cleaned the office a little bit and organized some stuff that's, clear the clutter. Today I went and got a massage, and then I went and got some Puerto Rican food. Mm-mm-mm. Delicious Puerto Rican food. So that I treated myself is what I'm trying to say, because we don't do that often. Sometimes we get caught up in our own heads and situations and say fuck it. The problem with that is just that it just keeps growing and starts getting in the way and affecting the relationship with your friends. You know, you stop communicating, and some of them get worried. That's not the point. The point is that I decided to do something to try and something for me, something to cope with all the things that are happening. So, from part of the powers that this character has is like from these yellow horns, he shoots rays of electricity, and from his eyes he shoots. I think they were called photon beams. I'm not sure, um, but it was really cool. And from his mouth, he would have hurricane winds, and he would throw air, and it would rust everything in its path. But that was like after he was beaten up. Because they managed to always. They never won, but they managed to always uh, mess him up somewhat. This is amazing. I'm listening to this song from Lonely Island that's called Legalize It. And it starts like it's a song about the devil's lettuce, but it's talking about something else. So another drug that's but it's a funny song. Check it out when you have a chance. It's called Legalize It. And every time it comes up on the playlist at the studio, it's people look at each other like, "Am I hearing this right?" Oh my God, this face is all wonky and messed up. Let me see. Let me see. Solo leveling. I will check that out. No, Punchbowl Productions. This is not my OnlyFans. Sorry. Start cooking. Man, I need to know who is behind these names because it sounds like you guys know who I am. Anyways, doesn't matter. Thank you for stopping by and watching and joining us in this lovely Tuesday evening. All right. So I always like this this thing. When I was a kid, I would draw these characters so much. Mm, I'm getting confused here by the angle. I don't know why I'm confusing myself because this is very easy to figure out, Gambit. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, so he's looking that way more, so we're gonna show more on this side. Some shadow in here. Yes, Kevin, I will start. I will start cooking soon, live on the other platform. Platform. I crack myself up sometimes. So, what was I saying before I got distracted? Oh, I was talking about how I clean up. I clean a little bit the office, which I was getting a little bit messy, and organize my movies and put some books in some bookshelves where they belong and not on the floor in a corner, and organize some stuff just in general. Declutter a little bit, put some art on the walls. And it's little things, you know. It's not, you might think like, oh, but Gambit, that's silly, um that is, mundane stuff. But it's the mundane stuff that keeps us sane, you know. It brought me joy. It brings me joy now when I leave this room, go to the other room to eat and watch something on the TV while I eat, and it's clean, it's organized. Feels nice. But like I said a minute ago, we get in our own heads sometimes over things we can't control or can't do anything about it. And we lose sight of certain things, and we lose focus. But taking the time to do those simple things, like I'm gonna shave today because I haven't shaved in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, or I'm gonna go out and get some of my favorite food. It's like he has a small mullet. Batman DK from Facebook. What, Dark Knight? Don't worry, I'll figure it out. I mean, like I said, thank you for joining us and being part of this mess that I call Art Stuff with Gambit. It's every Tuesday at 6 p.m. EST. And located in Central Florida, Brevard County to be specific. I work out. I worked. I'm a tattoo artist. For those who are seeing this and don't know who I am, um, here in Merritt Island at the Blue Opal Tattoo. I've been working with them since for the past 3 years, almost 3 years. Oh shit, nice. I've been tattooing for 16 years, and I also have published some comic books because I really love comic books. I work in the at the Puerto Rico Comic Con for a while, hosting their Q&A panels, more as a guest that help the guests moderate the panels. Uh, at some point before I moved here to Florida, I had a podcast, radio show, whatever you want to call it. Ah, there you go. That's pretty cool. This thing in the chest. I am going to just copy this one for a second. We're gonna all anyways fix all of this. He would shoot heat from these breast things. Forgot the name of that one. I want you. I want you so bad. Yeah. I want you. Mm. Ya, no puedo seguir cantando. I have to stop singing because gonna make me mute these videos. Yeah. That was one of the things that I did yesterday was organize the those movies and put them in the shelves and having them accessible. They've been in storage. Almost all of my stuff have been in storage for way too long. Um, so now I'm trying to get rid of that storage because there's no point in paying for a storage to save the things that you want to have access to and be able to enjoy them. So I'm working with that, fixing that. And as part of that process, you know I'm getting rid of some stuff because there's also a bunch of stuff that doesn't bring much joy anymore. But what I was saying earlier, doing those little things this week, yesterday and today, like I said, putting together a bookshelf while watching the Avatar, The Last Airbender live adaptation, which I enjoyed more than I was expecting I was going to enjoy. So give it a chance if you haven't, because chances are you will enjoy it too. It was a nice arc on 8 episodes. They cover a lot of ground on these characters, and the changes they made, I don't they didn't affect me that much. But I digress. Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes it's not. It's a lot of shit happening at the same time these days, and it's been like that always. It's just that now it's so easy to get that information that we're constantly bombarded by it, and it I it gets to me. It gets to me, and I don't want to say I get lazy because boy, laziness is not the word, but you lose track and lose focus. Batman, you're talking about my X Men run, my collection of Uncanny X-Men. If that's what you're talking about, I am down to. You want to see? I'll show you. Let me look it up. Damn. I need. Well, the list has a bunch of numbers that I don't have. I have them on my wish list just because I want to have them, but they're not a priority. I'm missing one, two, three, four books. Actually, three. I already have Uncanny X-Men 130, but I have it slab. I just want a raw one. And if I can't get one, I might open that one because I don't want the whole run to be raw and that one copy a 7.0 it's there. So yeah, I'm down to three books to have it, complete. But one of them is issue 94, issue 96, and issue 101. 94 is like $1,000, and damn, I I justified paying 400 for one copy once, for not of an X-Men book, of Lobo's first appearance signed by Kate Giffen and number signature series, the whole shebang. I paid way too much money for a book, but I know what I was. I knew that I was overpaying for it. But paying $1,000 for that book, it's a little bit too much. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not going to do it, because chances are that if I have the money to spend it, I will, just because I want to have that thing finished. I want. I don't. I've had some of these X-Men books since since I was in middle school. Some of these books I've been carrying these books since I was in middle school. So, and I moved a lot back then, so they move everywhere with me, and they're the same books. And when I moved here, I brought them with me, and I have managed to acquire the majority of what I was needing here, which is pretty cool. All right, he opens s- his stomach like this, and there's a rocket that comes out of this thing. But we're not going to do that, because we're going to draw the glider that he needs to fly. Oh, that's horrible. That's better. All right, we can change this song. I don't like this song. Skip it, Gambit. Please keep it. Skip it. Come on. How about we play this one? Mm, mm. This song says, "Move aside, let the man go through. Let the man go through." Right? And the way he says, it sounds like he's saying, "Let the man go. Let the man go through." So every time I sing this song comes up and I hear it in my head, I imagine a mango, walking like, and people having to move aside so that the mango the mango can go through. All right. So I'm gonna, there you go, like that. The one thing I love is giant robots, but when it comes to drawing technology, I can draw a car if I look at it. I can draw a car, I can draw a plane. But if I have to create a robot or something, it gives me so much trouble to think about how the machinery inside of it will work, and what would show, and does it make sense. So sometimes I take the time. I will talk about a character that I created later on, not today, in a future episode, because I want to make a presentation about it of it once it's ready. Um, I'm gonna publish it on my website. I'm gonna put the story on my website, so with some art, so you guys can read it. All right, look at that. That's taking some shape. Oh wow, yeah, it's been years, indeed. Yeah, your Batman run, it's horrible when you when because obviously you're gonna buy the ones that are super easy to the let's call it what it is. You're gonna buy the cheap ones first, because those are the ones, unless you have the income to to buy it, you're gonna buy the cheap ones first and leave the expensive ones for later. But the problem is that the market right now with speculators is horrible, and a book that a few years ago I could have gotten for maybe a couple $1,000, now it's like $10,000, which is Giant Size X-Men #1. That would be my other, that's like my holy grail of books, because that would be, and with that I would have like every Uncanny X-Men, since its inception, the modern version of these characters, of course, because it's a little bit longer run than that. But since X-Men '94, which would be the modern X-Men, the when it got like really interesting and good, because it, it took on it tackled some real issues and some stuff, but we're not gonna get into that right now. But yeah, the longer I wait to get these books that I'm missing, the more difficult it's starting to become to to get them, because now they're more expensive. I'm looking for, all these are different brushes that I use to speed up my process, and I forgot what I was looking for here. Oh, the little trees, geometrics. Mhm. All right, so that's very small. Oh no, wrong layer, fool. Anyways, I did not like what I was seeing, so experiment failed. Gambit, your experiment failed. Maybe if I put one of these here, and then I guess that it doesn't look like it's a rinse and repeat, you know. It doesn't look like it's a rinse and repeat. Bam, copy paste, and then I do it again. But I still do not like what I'm seeing, you know. I shouldn't be texting right now. I should be working and not texting. I know. I'm streaming, and you keep interrupting me. Oh my god! All right, so I kind of don't like. I kind of don't like these trees, but I do wanted to show that I wanted to. I'll come back to this later. For now, let's just Gambit, just delete the whole thing. There you go. All right, I got distracted there for a minute. That was a little bit embarrassing, so I apologize. Damn Batman, 400 plus issues. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, my Uncanny X Men run, it's 475. It's what I have. And if I find the last three, put him in a bouncy house. If I find the last three issues that I want, uh, I would have a full run, like from 94 all the way to five something, and after that I have not all of the other series completed, but I do have the other Uncanny X Men series. I have them to uh, some of them, complete runs, like the 1991 what the 1991 X Men by Jim Lee and that when they became the blue and gold team. That series is 200 and something issues. I have that one, a full run of it. And the after that it was X-Men Legacy. I'm missing like 20 issues of those. Um, and all of the other versions of other volumes of Uncanny X-Men. Again, some of them I haven't. I have them already to completion, but those are easier because those are like maybe 30, 40 issues, 15 issues at a time. So those are have been easy to track down, and they're kind of modern. And a lot of people just during those times were not reading Uncanny X-Men, including myself. I wasn't reading Uncanny X-Men for a long time. I started reading it again when Hickman got it a few years ago, and then I read nonstop every issue of every X-Men book that came out every week until the first Fire Gala, and I stopped because life happened and I wasn't I wasn't able to read. I was starting to have trouble concentrating and what I was reading, and I would have to read the same thing over and over and over. And that's really sad when it's a comic book, that it has drawings for you to follow along, and I would still needed to read the same page too many times. So I decided to take a break, and a break has been that I haven't been able to read again in almost since then. I still kept buying the books, that reminds me that I have to go pick up my most recent stuff from the store. Um, so I will at some point. I tell myself that I'm going to read, but I don't know. I don't know. It's really hard to catch up. It's gonna be really hard to catch up. I mean, if I treat it like if I concentrate on story arcs at a time, I might be able to to speed run through them. But yeah, I'm trying to fix these lines here so that he looks a little bit more leaner because he looked a little bit too wide on the mid area, and I feel like this should be just a smidge smaller. Nope, not like that. Man, look beautiful. Mm, all right, I'm gonna put like some oil leaking from this thing and a cable that's has some sparks. These are live wires because I'm alive. Live wire. All right, back to work. I'm listening to a song from a band that's called Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra. The name of the song is The Last Ninja. Go check it out if you can. It has a very it sounds like the intro to an anime show. So if you like anime, if you like Cowboy Bebop, the intro to Cowboy Bebop, you might enjoy this song. You know, now that I think of it, I think it's this song. I've played this song many times in these past few days at the studio, in the car, when I'm here at the office. And it might be because it has some parts of this song that are similar to that reminds me of this show. So I think that's why I've been thinking about drawing this thing all day today. Also, I wanted to draw something that I knew was going to bring me joy because I've drawn this character plenty of times since I was a very little kid, so I knew that I was going to enjoy drawing it, and that felt like, oh, I have to do this. But sometimes, like I said, we get in our heads and getting out of there is a little bit more difficult. And doing things like organizing my comic books, which is the next thing I'm going to do. It's bag and board a lot of them. The last time I went to the store, I brought a stack of comics that is still there back there in the bag. They haven't been bag or boarded, and that's not even I'm not even that type of collector. You know, I take very good care of my comic books, and even that I'm like, ugh. So I realized that that's what I was doing a few days ago, and I decided that I needed to do something about it because it wasn't it's not healthy for my mental health for me. So I put art on the walls today. Feels really nice to see them back up in the wall. I already have ideas of what I'm going the other pieces of art that I'm going to frame and put up next. All right. Now that I have a sketch that I like a little bit better, how about we? Let me see. I'm gonna keep pushing the. I want you to see the size of this character thing, and I'm afraid. Okay, this could be a building, right? But it has to have some smoke coming out of it because this thing destroys cities. You know, these things are huge. So broken buildings here, rubble. Let's put like a upside down car here. Something like this. You can get really morbid and start doing people dead here. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that that dark. uh, huge clouds of smoke, and that way you can hide stuff in the shadows behind the smoke, and still get a sense of scale, which is what I wanted to what I want to accomplish here, that you get a sense of scale without having to actually. Ew, that's horrible. It's funny. Other artists, they try to hide the hands and the feet in the drawings, and I try to hide the buildings because they're hard. I find them more difficult. I find it more difficult to draw uh, buildings and mechanical stuff than actually drawing hands and feet, which is ridiculous. There you go. I like it. I like where this is at. I can take this line here, and if we take this line here, it looks more like the character. And because of the angle, there's sort oh yeah, you can. I was gonna say I'm doing gestures with my hand as if you can see me. I forgot that you actually can see. I forgot that you could see me for a second. I exaggerated my expression there a little bit, but I forgot. I did forget that that uh that I was that you guys were able to see me. Oh man, this is really cool. Oh, you know what I can do? I can actually put the arm here, and like that shit's just disrespecting him there. That would be the left hand. So that would, yeah, something like that. This is the thumb. Bam. Something like this. It's like, here's your stupid arm back. And he's like, God damn it. That's really big. This feast is way bigger than this one. You need to fix that gambit. You need to fix that. So, talking about things that we do in order to, you know, work to our shit. Oh yeah, Cowboy Bebop is a classic. It's doing things, the trivial things that I was mentioning earlier. Now it was starting to get to the point where I was like, I don't want to go to the office and close myself in that room and just draw again. But now I have it's clean, it's a little bit more organized and less clarity. And now like, yeah, I wanna go and sit there in the couch and spend some time there. Oh, come on, Gambit. And it's just simple things. It's simple things. It wasn't that much. Just take a few hours and do something that has been that you've been putting off for a while, for whatever reasons. We all have many reasons for procrastinating or putting things aside until you have the mental capacity or energy to do that, which is what was happening. I didn't have the oomph that I needed, and those little things actually did made a difference. And today, in addition to doing that, I went and did something else to take care of myself, like actually take care of myself. And then I went and I got some of my favorite food because why not, right? Because I haven't been eating properly either. And man, was that food today? Oh, mm, looks better. There's a little bit of an angle to him because of the way he's like twisting. So now I would create a layer on top and go in and clean this sketch, essentially inking the drawing. That was gross. There it is. All right. And I changed so that there you go. I can play with this line weight a little bit more. See, there you go. Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot I made that. I made that recreation for you. Holy shit. Damn. I think I don't even have a picture of that. Oh, wow. That's sad if I didn't take a picture of it. So for you guys that don't know, I made a recreation of a cover of a Todd McFarlane Batman cover for a customer, and it came out actually really nice. It looked really nice, but I didn't. I think I never took a picture of it, and I don't know why. So going back to what I was saying before my time runs out, those little things these past 2 days um, made me feel a whole lot better. I went to see a band on Saturday, which was pretty cool too. And I'm glad that even though I was exhausted and wasn't mentally in the right place, I am really glad that I actually went and saw it. I went to see Vision Video. Great show. A little bit preachy sometimes, but it's okay. It's okay. I get it. I probably in the same position would be doing the same thing. So if you guys are feeling any certain way, take some time for yourself, reach out to someone, and if it's like really dark, reach out to a professional or friend that will help you because shit's rough out there. And we have to take care of our mental shit, gets can get out of control sometimes. And it was in a conversation with, I call him my therapist, this last call, and she didn't like it. Um, it's a friend of mine. She's a therapist, but she's not my therapist. I have another therapist that's also my friend, but I haven't talked to that one in a while, which is embarrassing. But anyway, my friend asked me, "What have you done for yourself?" And I was like, "Well, I play a lot of Hell Divers." So now you need to get out. You need to get out, and you need to do something that's not just playing video games. And she was right. And I did. I did. I did. I put some things in order. It made me feel better. Do it. Do that thing. You feel better, I promise. I feel like I'm rambling. I apologize for that, guys. Yes, it's looking really nice. Oh my God. It's already an hour in, guys. Thank you for listening, Batman. It's so weird to say it like that. But yeah, thank you for listening, man. Thank you for joining us today and being part of this. It's usually a little bit more wild than this, but I I don't know. I felt like I needed to talk about this. I needed to say something. I feel like if I didn't acknowledge it, it'll, consume me. You see, this is the part what I was saying that I hate. So I'm just gonna make it look like it's rubber and maybe a wheel here, so that there's some sort of mechanical part in there. Clown shoes. They don't go like that. More like this, which I'm drawing them completely different too. I'm making them more of a round tip, and this is more of a, would be more like here, something like this. And it's not even like that. It'll be more like this. Lower, lower. Something like this. Uh, So I'm trying to avoid doing that feathering shading because it's all mechanical and all like, you know, instead of doing this because it's going to give it some texture that I don't want. Now, I am going to use those lines like that to make like cracks and to give some weathering, and scratches and stains of oil and whatever. And maybe you could see part. For someone who doesn't like to draw mechanical parts, I'm exposing a lot of the mechanics in this thing here. Damn. Nice. Yeah, dude, sometimes you just have to let that shit out somehow. It gets to you. And like I said, it gets to you to a point that it starts affecting the way you talk to your friends. Why you talk to your friends. It's what you choose to share and what not. Or if you choose to share or not, or just disappeared. And it certainly did that. I hate for a little bit from some of my friends, and they deserve better than that. Aha, cheated my way there. This looks pretty cool. So, do, 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 do. Shutdown mode. Yep, I would say that's a good explanation. That's a good way to put it. Now, what I'm adding here are just like seam lines. This is what gets a screwdriver in order to go to the bathroom. So stupid. Since to indicate where I'm going to put the shadows. Ooh, everybody. All right. So here we have the same thing that I did with the other one. I had drawn it like steel boot or something like that, and it's a little bit more like that, right? Mm, 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 mm. There you go. And he's not doing good. Look at that. More damage here. Got real quiet for a second, Gambit. I'm processing what I'm listening to. It's some very raunchy rap. It's like, oh, those that you never pay attention. I like the beat and I just never pay attention to what they're saying. And it's like, oh, girl, you talk what? You kiss your mother with that mouth? yeah. Well, oh no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the glider with no battle damage because usually that's how it happened. He was not on every episode, but he would get his ass kicked, and then the glider they will send the glider, and it'll get him out and help him win the fight. Como princesa que corazones al andar, como un regalo celestial que Dios me entrega. Tus notas son la melodía que da vida. Nice. There you go. I like this. Te conoce como conozco viento, pensamiento, fui feliz. Se admira un verso, lo más sublime de mis sueños te encontré. Te vi pasar tan bella como princesa que conquista corazones amarga, como un regalo celestial. Dios mío, tus notas son la melodía que da vida a mi cantar. Mm. Así como conozco al viento. All right, so I am past my hour mark. I don't want to get used to do that because I try to keep it into the hour mark, but the last few episodes have been an hour and a half. So let's do this for a few more minutes, and then hopefully I'll be done with the inking part. Inking part. That's like the name of a nu metal band from the early 2000s. Regalo celestial que Dios me entrega. Tus notas son la melodía que dan vida a mi cantar. Dios se hace realidad cuando estás cerca. Ah, cantar. Oh. So I feel like there's a lot going on here. Like there's like it's too stretched. Um, I feel like this part here should be a little bit smaller, and the ice should like go a little bit more up. So I'm going to select this thing and see if I can fix that. Let me see something. Instead of this, mm, let's try this again. Maybe Gambit. Well, you need to. Oh yeah, fix is this, and then this part. There you go. That looks way better. I think I didn't change much of it, to be honest. I can tell. Anyway, so this is the vents for the hurricane winds. And I started thinking about the food that I ate for lunch, and I'm starting to get hungry again. Forever hungry. Oh, come on. All right, I still have to fix that, but I'm going to move on to other parts because it's going to irritate me too much. Mm-mm. All right, this thing has like a grill going on here. It has the lights here and like this because this is like curved like this. So this drawing is going to be 11 by 17. That's why I'm taking the time to go in and zooming into these little parts and work them out a little bit. Although I shouldn't be doing that. I'm gonna use this dent here, this curvature of the that I did in that line that's not right. Let me see how it looks without the other sketch. Ah, look at that. Looks clean, sharp. Every girl's crazy for a sharp dress, man. Thanks, dude. Batman says that my drawing is sick. Okay, more battle damage. chunk open metal here. Metal. His underwear is broken. Reminds me of that meme of it's a picture of Spider-Man with his mask all torn, and it's just strands of the mask. And it's my underwear watching me walking with another guitar in my hands. The underwear in my drawer watching me walking with a new guitar in my hands. Oh yeah. Ah yeah. That crack in the eye. That's it. That's the moment you go like, yeah. So we agree that we were going to leave this thing like in better shape than he was, indicating that he just got it on, like, oh shit, now it's on. Every time that shit would come out, we'd be like, oh yeah. It was really cool because this thing was hidden on a lab next to Mount Fuji in Japan, and it has a huge pool, and the pool will open up, and from the pool, the robot would come up, and then uh, the pilot would come in that little red pile driver thing and would land top inside of the head. Which I learned today that the name Koji Kabuto, I don't know if it's Koji, if it's Kabuto. It's like another word for helmet or something like that. And the reason he was named that, it's because he pilots the robot from the head. It's really cool though that it has that deeper thing. For me, it's just another name, but you know I have to also give a crack to this glass here. It's impossible that this thing doesn't crack more often. If I was a little bit more adventurous, I would crack open the thing and I would draw Koji inside of it. Now that would be sick. It's an idea for later, maybe. Maybe for later. Because right now we are out of time. At least I got to ink the main parts of the drawing. This would be on pause now for I don't know how long until I can get back to it because I have other pressing matters that I need to attend. I have other projects that I need to finish. In the meantime, I will see you next week again. Remember to like this video and follow and subscribe to this channel if you like what you saw. Thanks, Batman. Thanks for sticking in the whole hour and a half. You're the best. Um, Remember to, like I said, subscribe to the channel and hit like. And if you like to keep in touch a little bit more often than once a week through here, you can follow my Instagram page. It's Gambit Sync, and Gambit Sync on all platforms. Actually, my website is gambitsync.com on Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to check out my merch, you can visit my Redbubble store. Uh, The link is right down there. So thanks again for sticking out with me, and I'll see you next week at 6 p.m. next Tuesday. Uh, and then after that, when I go to Puerto Rico, I will take a 2 week break, but I will try, emphasis on that, to upload something at least once a week through these same instead of live, it will be pre-recorded, but I will try to at least have something for you guys to enjoy while I'm away for those 2 weeks. So I'll see you next week. Have a good night. Thanks again. Goodbye.